Hello and a very warm welcome. Thanks for tuning in to News9 Live. I'm Kabir Naqvi. Joining me here in the studio is my colleague and political editor, Brijesh Pandey. A very warm welcome to you. Haryana unrest, the aftermath of the Nuh violence, and Vishwa Hindu Parishad that has now said it's going to resume its Yatra again on the 28th of August. That is going to be our focus over the next couple of minutes. Now Brijesh, before we introduce the panelists with us, who's a former top cop of Uttar Pradesh, let's lay bare the semantics of what has happened. So the Nuh violence took place 31st of July. The aftermath we saw, in Rajasthan, the embers were felt in various other places, Nalhar, Gurgaon, Sonha. We saw curfews, we saw schools getting shut. We saw that rampant violence on the streets also. After that, people kept on saying that, the administration was late, it kept on sleeping. You should have seen how the social media was being weaponized. Monu Manesar, cow vigilante, so many factors at play. Now, today, after several Mahapanchayats and Panchayats and Khaps had withdrawn that letter which they had issued in terms of boycotting Muslim traders per se, in Palwal we are learning that another Mahapanchayat took place where there were open calls by gun-wielding spokesmen who said that khun garam rakhna, Hindu bhaiyon ko sabko saath mein aana hai. Apart from that, you have the police that is looking at these speeches. They say they're monitoring the speeches, but what's really happening on the ground, nobody knows. On top of that, the third factor, and I just wanted to take a look at how one should view all these points politically, because the Yatra is again going to be taken up, it is going to be resumed, and it is going to again follow the same route. So, which means essentially all people who are saying that Nuh is such a sensitive area, now you're again going to cross through Nuh.
Well, I think, what happened there should be thoroughly investigated, not only the administrative lapses, but also what led to this particular situation. And anybody who is behind writing, strict action should be taken, irrespective of, from which side he or she is. But the fact of the matter is that once the issue has subsided and after, those villages who have taken back their boycott call against Muslims and all in the area, I think now it is impediment on the administration to make sure that nothing of that sort happens. It's very surprising. What really surprises me is that with the Supreme Court judgment on hate speech and putting the onus on the top cops and all, I mean these statements are being made. And when police says that that they are looking into the statement and all, it will be very interesting to see what kind of action is being taken. Right. Now, when one Mahapanchayat says that Yatra will resume, that's absolutely all right. But if they say that the route of the Yatra is going to be same, I would see it as more of a part of instigation rather than
seems like a back to square one situation.
It can be a back to square one situation. It can further lead to to violence and all, because there have been call of, as the Indian Express had published, that they wanted gun for self-defense and all.
Right.
So I think defense and self-defense is something which should be left to the police at large, and it is impediment. It is on the administration, the police, and also the state government to ensure that nothing of that sort happens.
Absolutely.
Because if violence again happens, you are Faridabad, Gurgaon, they are your symbols in the world. There's an international gentry also there, and it will reflect very badly on the state government and the police administration.
Absolutely. A.K. Jain, former DGP of Uttar Pradesh, he's also with us on the broadcast. But before we, expand this discussion, let's, Brijesh, listen into a reaction coming in from the police authority. There's a reaction bite coming from the SP, and then a reaction bite coming from one of the attendees at the Mahapanchayat.
जो सबसे पहले तो जो हेट स्पीच है उसकी स्ट्रिक्ट कंडीशन रखी है। अगर किसी भी प्रकार की ऐसी बात यहाँ पर की जाती है तो उस पर तुरंत मुकदमा दर्ज करके कार्रवाई की जाएगी। इसके अलावा कोई भी वेपन, कोई भी लाठी डंडा, कोई भी ज्वलनशील पदार्थ है, किसी भी प्रकार के आते जाते कोई भी संपत्ति को अगर नुकसान पहुँचाते हैं, किसी भी प्रकार का उपद्रव करते हैं, तो बहुत सारी कंडीशंस हमने इसमें इम्पोज की हैं ताकि शांतिपूर्वक ये कार्यक्रम।
महापंचायत को देखते हुए लगभग कितने नंबर में पुलिस का डिप्लॉयमेंट किया गया है? लगभग कितना नंबर से जवानों का जिनका डिप्लॉयमेंट किया गया है?
कितने लोगों की परमिशन है इसमें? परमिशन हमने
एक सवाल तो पूरा हो जाएगा।
परमिशन हमने जो बताया कि जो कंडीशंस हैं वो गैदरिंग के लिए दी गई है, उसमें कंडीशंस ये रखी गई हैं कि बिना किसी वेपन के साथ कोई नहीं। नंबर कितने शामिल होंगे? 500 की जो है परमिशन दी गई।
लेकिन वो तो 20,000
आप खुद कह रहे हैं 2,000 तक आने की संभावना है।
बाइंड अप करना सर, कितने बजे बाइंड अप करना, कुछ ऐसा टाइमिंग भी है?
टाइमिंग इनका जो है 2 बजे तक का है।
फैसले इस पूरे प्रकरण की जांच एनआईए करे। फैसला मृतकों को 1-1 करोड़ रुपए दिए जाएं, घायलों को 50-50 लाख। जो यहाँ पर मुकदमे दर्ज हुए मेवात में, उनका स्थानांतरण दूसरे जिले में किया जाए। ये सारी मांगे की गई हैं। और जो यात्रा है हमारी, महत्वपूर्ण बात है, जो हमारी यात्रा है वो 28 तारीख को निकलेगी, हर कीमत पर निकलेगी, भव्य तरीके से निकलेगी और पूरी सबके साथ लेकर हम चलेंगे। और जो हिंदुओं की, हमारे सबकी भावनाएं हैं मंदिर के प्रति, भगवान के प्रति, उस आस्था के अनुरूप अपनी पूजा पत्ति को करेंगे। ये इस पंचायत में तय हुआ है। यात्रा जो हमारी गुरुग्राम से है वो गुरुग्राम से चलेगी। जो ब्रज की यात्रा हमारी, जैसा संगठन ने तय किया है, जिन जिन स्थानों से पहले यात्रा चली थी उन स्थानों से यात्रा दोबारा चलेगी।
उन स्थानों से यात्रा दोबारा जाएगी। A.K. Jain, former DGP Uttar Pradesh, with us on the broadcast. Mr. Jain, I just want to understand, you heard, the SP over there. How confident do you think those remarks are? And your opinion on the fact that this yatra that you and I have been, you've been coming to News9 talking to us for so long, this yatra is going to go through the same places again. Do you think that's the step in the right direction, or it's like shooting yourself in the foot?
No, it is a step, in my opinion, in the right direction. Unless and until this yatra is completed, and route cannot be changed by local administration. Route cannot be changed by local police. It is laid down in festival register, and the same route has to be followed. It can't be taken out from some other route, because that will be a violation of government order. And if something happens, SPDM, everybody will be sacked. They can't allow yatra to be taken out on some other route. No police officer, no DM is empowered to do that. Only state government can do it. State government can pass such orders under special circumstances that route is being changed, and that too after discussions with both the communities, and that is not possible. Yatra has been projected on 28th of August, and I think the best thing will be to calm down everybody. Yatra should be allowed to proceed. SPDM should remain with the procession, and it should be allowed to end peacefully. And after that, in my opinion, things will calm down in Haryana, in neighboring districts, and everybody will be at peace.
Mr. Jain, Brijesh this side. I just wanted to ask you, you heard the reporters asking the SP Rewari questions about, number of people who are allowed. He said 500, but clearly there were much more than 500 people. And, he's saying that he's examining into the aspect whether anybody made hate speech and all. And, all the prominent, credible national dailies, Indian Express and others, they are saying that, that they are openly asking for guns for self-defense and making those kind of statements. Won't you think that the situation, if this is allowed to go any further, would further, exacerbate the situation, the ground situation in Nuh and adjoining district?
Things will settle down, in my opinion, once Yatra takes place peacefully. These Khap Panchayats, you are very well aware, I have also been reading about these Panchayats of Haryana. They have taken place on so many issues, on love jihad and intercaste marriages, and all sorts of resolutions have been passed through these Khap Panchayats. So let me tell you very frankly, police can't do much about it, except that the local SHO can register a case against people who are speaking to disrupt communal harmony. SHO can register a case, and you can't lathi charge a Khap Panchayat that more than 500 people have collected. Police also has its limitations. Even if I am SP there, I can do this much, that videography should be done, photography should be done, hate speeches, if there are any, should be recorded, and then SHO should be asked to register a case, because no one else will come forward to get a case registered, and it will not be proper also. So, and after that, decision can be taken regarding making arrests of people who have made inflammatory speeches.